Hi Dixons, I'm Nicole Dempsey, Trust Assistant Principal for Equality and Diversity and Head of Mountain Rescue at Dixon's Trinity Academy in Bradford, a title I hope you came to understand in the previous episode. If you haven't watched the previous 2 episodes in this mini-series, True Inclusion and Mountain Rescue, I would really encourage you to pause this one and head back to those first, as they will be so much more coherent if listened to in sequence.
And I'm Jenny Thompson, Executive Principal at Dixon's Academies Trust and Principal here at Trinity. And again, very happy to be talking about how our thinking on true inclusion has shaped our staffing and ultimately our spending within the academic curriculum. So Nicole, you are never one to shy away from doing the right thing in fear of raising an eyebrow. But no teaching assistants, I know it can bridle some. I also think it's really important to note that both you and I have been teaching assistants, both in mainstream and in special, and been Senkos running really big teams of teaching assistants in other settings and worked alongside colleagues we deeply respected in those roles.
If anything we do stirs controversy or causes conversation, it is that we do not have teaching assistants. But in reality, no teaching assistants was never the stance. Instead, the stance was that for any student need that presented to us, we would consider what would represent best and equitable quality with our main offer. And consistently, this has never been teaching assistants. Double staffing, the timetabling of 2 teachers to a typically sized class, is how we provide the small group, one-to-one, responsive and planned intervention that our students need without compromising on quality or accountability.
Could you talk a little bit about what the different models of double staffing are, please?
We have identified 6 ways in which double staffing can be used effectively, and each lends itself to different subjects and situations and can be used in combination with other models to provide both planned and responsive, high-quality teaching for the students. Teachers with SEND students in their classes often feel like they would have to be in 2 places at once to give all students the individual attention that they need. Our hub model places a second subject specialist, qualified and accountable teacher right at the heart of the classroom and provides vulnerable learners with both the expertise and responsiveness that they need. At the same time, it facilitates a second model, breakout, to be available on demand. When most of the class are ready to move on with the learning and a few, not necessarily always SEND learners, need to go over something just one more time, the class can be split and each group get the content that they need. And we always timetable a second room to be available to allow this to happen.
And how does this sit next to the Code of Practice, or perhaps more accurately, the typical interpretations of the Code of Practice?
Nothing in the SEND Code of Practice or related statutory documents prevent us from doing the things that we're doing the way that we're doing them. In fact, it's the opposite. The Code is explicit in its assertion that all teachers are teachers of SEND. Classroom teachers retain overall responsibility for the progress of the students in their classes, and that the first step and main provision for SEND students is high quality teaching.
And Nicole, do you think this has required a mindset shift from the teaching team here or the heads of department?
Perhaps surprisingly, no. It's a key feature of our approach here at Dixon's Trinity that we over-communicate our message and share our vision with all staff on a regular basis. The first thing I speak about with new staff, and all staff at the beginning of every year, is not the how but the why of our approach to inclusion and meeting the needs of SEND students. I don't think any teacher sets out to be selective or leave any student behind. We just give our teachers and our heads of department the culture, environment and routines to be there for all of their learners like they want it to be. It is the teachers and subject leaders that enact double staffing every day in their lessons, and they are the ones that have honed and developed it to be fit for purpose across all subjects.
Absolutely. But of course, teaching assistants are very often deployed to do so much more than supporting just the academic curriculum. How is this full therapeutic offer delivered within Mountain Rescue?
We aim to meet our students' broader needs on the same basis as we do their academic ones. For any student need that is presented to us, we would consider what would represent best quality for them, and then we aim to provide it. As I spoke about in the previous episode, Mountain Rescue incorporates an array of roles and expertise, and so our therapeutic offer to students is planned, delivered and managed by those specialists. We never withdraw students from their entitlement to a broad and balanced education or infringe on their right to be included in the main offer of what we do and who we are. So our timetable is carefully and cleverly designed to offer opportunities for stretch, personal development and therapeutic input that can be tailored to meet the needs of any and every student at the Academy.
Yeah, and as I said at the end of our previous episode in this mini-series, Nicole is really the rarest of thinkers, absolutely visionary, but also able to translate this into the clarity of thinking and articulate and oftentimes really beautiful writing. I would really encourage anyone intrigued by what we are discussing in this mini-series to turn to Nicole's blog, Inco14 WordPress, or indeed the chapter in the recent Research Ed's Guide to Leadership. Thank you so much.